I should mute my phone too.
I don't need that up as well. Oh, you don't have the CSGO stuff.
No, because
I don't really understand what
I didn't
all
really
is
understand
happening.
it, so that's why I didn't put it in.
Like, I've heard people talk about it, but I'm like, what?
Yeah, I didn't really understand it.
People are
So
gambling with fake in-game items somehow,
yeah,
I think.
and I read like one article. Like it started like the article talked about like the headline act like it should be about that, but then the article seemed like it was talking about something else completely. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, I understand. Like I know what he was doing, but I don't know why he was in trouble. Other than the fact that he was hiding it from the taxes as income. Also, I don't know how that was income. Yeah. I guess because they were betting gambling with real money. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't understand it.
But it wasn't real money. It was fake in-game items.
No, that's what they were winning.
Oh, okay.
They were
So,
playing the lottery with real money. At least that's how I understand it.
it's confusing. Tweet. Here we go. You ready?
I'm good to go.
Welcome to episode 264 of the Geeks for the Win podcast, the tech and gaming podcast from thegeeksforthewin.com, where we cover all things geeky. I'm your host, William McDonald, and I'm joined with my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror.
Alrighty, Stuart. What have you been up to?
I've not really played anything new. Just kind of, playing some things I have. I'm continuing playing. Technomancer. A review will be out at some time with that game. I don't know when. I am coming across a weird kind of, I don't know if it's a bug or I don't know what's happening, but it's now happened with two games. The first game was Dragon's Dogma. Like every time I opened up the game, actually anytime I open up a game that's full screen, my secondary screen freaks the fuck out for a couple seconds. Like it'll go black and on, black and on, black and on.
That's a bit weird.
But it's done that since I saw Windows 10. It's done that every time. But that only happens when the game is full screen. If it's, borderless window, it's fine. It doesn't happen. So at first I was like, but with Dragon Dogma, every other time I try to start the game, it will do that, and then it'll log me out. Like I'm to the login page, like on Windows. So okay, I get back into Windows, and then my secondary screen is off. Like the monitor is on, but it's black, and I can't go over to it. I can't, do a, display options and enable. Nope, nothing. I have to restart my computer to fix it. I was like, well, okay, maybe Dragon's Dogma is, just not optimized for dual monitors. That could be. Then I started playing a game yesterday. A completely separate game from a separate developer. Happened again. So, I don't know what's up. I don't know if it's a... Like I said, it's done the flashy monitor thing since I installed Windows 10. But this whole boots me to the login. I have no idea what's going on. If anybody knows, please tell me, because I can't really even Google this issue. But the game that I was playing, I'll talk about it in a second. Another thing I've been playing, we've both been kind of messing with, that's Pokemon Go. How do you like Pokemon Go?
I haven't gotten.
So you've not had a great experience.
No, I mean I've walked around my block area, whatever, right behind my backyard. There's a field. I've walked around there. Nothing's happened. I'm walking, tapping my phone, nothing's happening. I'm like, am I doing this right?
Yeah, like I don't seem to be finding a whole lot. And like there are people like, oh, there's a gym like not too far from me. Like I can see the gym on my screen from here. And like it's been, somebody's already about an hour ago it was a blue gym. Now it's a red gym. So
yeah, from mine I can see a couple different gyms. And I can see 2 at least.
Yeah, I can see another one. No, I lied.
Just and like 3 Poke Centers or
Pokestops.
Pokestops, yeah.
Yeah. From what I'm noticing online, a lot of people are saying that they're all churches, and I have noticed that every church that I've come across has been a Pokestop.
Well, there's only one church. Oh, yeah, that one was a church that I went to. But I did see there is one that's a little small neighborhood library.
I'm not saying they're all churches because there's a bowling thing, just kind of across the street from me. That's one, and then across the street from it is a Mexican restaurant. That's one too. And I live right behind a mall. The mall is one as well. So yeah, there's 3 that's really close to me. But yeah, I've not been finding a whole lot of Pokemon. That's my problem. And I've when I go out, I don't do the fucking dangerous thing of pull this thing out while I'm driving. But apparently some people are. And
well, you knew that would happen.
I did know that would happen.
Be that stupid.
Yes, and another thing I knew would happen was the internet. For this first, while, people are going to be posting pictures of Pokemon in weird places. And that's kind of what I've been enjoying seeing. Kind of like, oh, my wife's about to give birth, but there's a Pidgey at her feet. That one kind of went viral. Oh, there's this. I forget what it was, but here's a Pokemon on a toilet. That kind of thing. I found a Weedle in my bed. That was weird. That may have been what bit me last night. I don't know. But yeah.
How many do you have?
4. I have a Charmander, a Weedle, a Pidgey, and a Spearow. And I'm only level 2. In order to go to like the Poco Gems or whatever, you need to be level 5.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a while for me.
I have 2.
You have 2?
I have 2. A Squirtle and a Rattata.
I've heard that Zubats are just a fucking bitch to catch. Because they don't stop moving. So I watched a video of a guy. He had like 55 Pokeballs. It took him 20 to catch one Zubat. Because that fucker dodges. And the Pidgey that I caught, it dodged a couple of mine too. But yeah, I will say this though, it does make me want to go take a walk and look around my neighborhood.
Yeah, the problem with that is it's 100 degrees here.
Yeah, that would be kind of bad.
And do you want to know? I was actually playing Xbox with. I was playing the Division with some people, and we were talking about weather or whatever. And I was like, "Yeah, it's after midnight, and it's 84 degrees outside at midnight."
That's awful.
So it's pretty brutal. Going outside, like I go outside to walk. Like I walk that field right behind my backyard. Like there's a gate I can go out my backyard, and there's a little field there, and I walked all around there, and maybe 10 minutes, and I was just drenched.
Well, you can do what the video said and just slowly, cruise around your neighborhood in your car.
Oh, I've seen people post, "Oh, we went driving around Pokemon Go hunting last night," and I've seen on Facebook and stuff like that, and I'm like, wow, this is actually a thing now.
Yeah, there's been one state kind of sent out a notice. I don't know where they sent this notice out, but don't Pokemon Go and drive was kind of the message. And I've seen a couple places that police stations are Pokestops. So they're like, one, you don't have to come in to get your Pokeballs. 2, look up from your phone and you're crossing the street. So yeah, that's happening, and we knew it would.
Yep. Yeah, I can't. I've been trying the last day and whatnot, and I had to reset my phone. I had to what was it? Unsubscribe to the Android in beta.
Oh.
Which is now Android Nougat.
It's a Nougat, okay.
Yeah. They even have the statue at the Google headquarters and everything, every time they bring out a new statue.
Is it basically just a Three Musketeer bar?
It's a little android robot staying on top of which you can see is like some kind of candy bar, and you can see the nougat. Like it's like a candy bar, kind of like cut in half, so you can see what's inside it. At least I think that's what it was, but yeah. So yeah, because it just would not work. You try to launch it, black screen, and I saw reviews, people saying, "Oh, it doesn't work," and I'm like, "Well, had some issues with Android N where other apps didn't work, so I'm just gonna go back to Marshmallow and wait till wait for a month or whatever, and when Android N is officially out and stable." So, um, but yeah, I've there I saw yesterday, like, what was it, in front of my neighbor's house there was like this white circle area that was like happening or whatever, and I'm like, okay, do I have to go there and like hit the thing, or is there, like, because it was just like a white circle, like kind of indicating, oh, you should come here, there might be some kind of Pokemon here.
Oh, okay.
I This is before I even caught a Pokemon besides the starter you get.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I have no idea what's going. I still really don't know how all that stuff is sorted out or set up. But I didn't go in my neighbor's yard, but I stood like on the sidewalk in front of it for probably a couple minutes, and I'm like, my neighbor's gonna look out his window or whatever and be like, what the fuck is he doing standing in front of my house? And I'm like, this isn't worth it. And I went back in my house and
Yesterday when I was leaving Wendy's, there was a kid just walking the parking lot holding his phone out. Like, you're playing Pokemon Go, aren't you? He just kind of looked at me. Kind of scared, like, oh no, he knows. And then just kind of ran. So yeah, that's been my experience with Pokemon Go so far. I don't know. I don't like. I kind of wish there was battling in places other than the gyms.
they may add that.
There's what are the eggs? The eggs. The execute. Just found one on my keyboard right here, and I missed.
See, I'm wondering if all the server issues they're having is if that's maybe a reason why whenever I'm trying to play Pokemon Go, it's not finding any Pokemon, because the server has to connect to the server to say, hey, we're randomly generating a Pokemon right here.
Could be. I mean, there's been times like where I've kind of opened up the app, and just that little Pokeball in the center just spin, or in the corner just spins. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've witnessed that happening.
And I just caught an execute. And I earned a medal for getting 5.
Oh, nice.
And I'm level 3 now.
I don't want another Rattata. Why are you appearing? I don't want you. I already have you. So what's the deal with you click and it says nearby and it shows them and you can select them? What does that do anything really, or?
No, I don't know what that is, because it changes all the time. Because yesterday, like right here, you could only find Weedles and Kakunas. Now I just found an execute sitting right here at my keyboards. I don't know.
Because right now it's saying there's nearby is a Cubone, and I want a Cubone. I like Cubone. That's a good Pokemon. It's metal as fuck.
Wearing his mom's skull.
That is metal as fuck right there. Like, that is some dark shit right there.
There's some dark Pokemon. They're like, oh, this Pokemon carries kids away in its sleep. The fuck?
See, I had a revelation. the Pokemon cartoon we all know and loved as a kid, it's part of the problem.
Part of the problem.
It reinforced the idea of everyone should get a participation trophy. If you think about it,
Ash is the ultimate participant.
he is. He really is. And we've joked about this before, but like how he never earns them, but I've never really put it together with the fact that society now is doing that. It's you get a trophy for participating.
Have you seen Pokemon recently though? Have you seen Pokemon X and Y?
I have not.
Ash is actually winning the badges.
I would hope so. By now,
instead of he was oh, you saved all my Pokemon from a fire. Have a badge. Oh, yeah, you showed great friendship.
Yeah, but I guess I have to catch this Rattata again. Or it's just going to be on my screen, right? I don't want it, though.
I want to know where you
spot that I caught it last time.
I want to know where you get the candy, other than buying it. Because
Pokestops, maybe.
Do you get it from Pokestops? I just thought you got Pokeballs from them.
I've only been to one, and that's what I got. So maybe not.
I've not even been to one.
Maybe you get them for leveling up a certain milestone or beating a gym.
I don't know, because in each individual Pokemon has its own Poke candy. There's Charmander candy and Pikachu candy, and you use those to make your Pokemon evolve, because there is no battling. Oh, and also level up, because there's also another kind of thing. I don't know, kind of looks like a strand of the T virus. That you use that with Poke Candy, and you can, kind of level up your Pokemon that way. You're just make them stronger without evolution. I don't know.
Oh, and one thing I don't like is that it doesn't tell you the sex of the Pokemon. Oh,
right, yeah.
So, if you want to give nicknames, you don't know. Is it a female? Is it a male?
Well, I mean, these are all Generation 1 Pokemon. And male and female Pokemon didn't come out to I think second generation.
Are you sure?
It was definitely not in Generation 1. The only one it was Nidoran. That was the only one that had male and female.
Huh, I thought they always had.
No.
I'm looking this up, but you may be right. I'm probably wrong, but yeah, Pokemon Go. It could be something good, but and you can spend $100.
Of course, there's in-game purchases, in-app purchases.
Not microtransactions, because $100 is not micro.
Right.
So, yeah. What else have you been up to?
Well, this MMO came out for kind of open beta, so I've been playing that. I started playing it yesterday. It's called Riders of Icarus. And it's kind of okay. It's kind of very generic. The one kind of catch about it is, you can basically, it's all about catching mounts. You can actually walk out into the world oh, there's a wolf over there. I'm going to jump on its back, and it's going to accept me as its master. Because actually that's what I was doing right before the show. I did that exact same thing. And there are tons of different mounts, and a bunch of different kinds of There's a huge variety. I'm showing on screen on YouTube. You know there's flying ones. There's ground ones. I think that ground one I'm showing. I think the dude on there is just going to be sick because it's a big giant gorilla type thing. So yeah, it's okay. It's very. I feel like I've played this game with this type of combat before. So it's okay. I'll probably play a little bit more of it. I tend to play these kinds of things till level 20. That's really kind of, by that point I've gotten a handle on kind of what this game's about. So, but that's really been it. What about you?
What have I been up to? Played a little bit of 7 Days to Die. That's interesting. It's kind of Minecraft, but a more mature version.
Yeah, it's a survival horror.
Building, crafting
Minecraft.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have it on Steam. I've never actually played it, but I've seen videos.
Yeah. I'm playing it on Xbox because I asked them for a code and they send them to me. And Telltale, they're publishing it on consoles, and they're pretty good at getting codes to whenever you ask. So I don't think I've been denied once. So that's I like Telltale. But it's pretty tough.
I can see how that is.
And I'm not sure really what all you can do. Like, I mean, I haven't gotten really far at all. I keep dying. I really do. I'm I don't know. I need to find some people to play this with because it's tough. And I don't know. I've built some stuff. It's like, oh, okay, yay! I have a stone axe, and I can kill the zombie, but he's still killing me. I'm hitting him, but yet he's still being able to hit me. Shouldn't he be like, if I keep hitting him constantly, shouldn't he not be able to hit me? And it's like, and it takes a lot of swings. Like especially if you hit straight in like the head region, I don't think it counts. Like I don't think there's a difference between where you hit him. I could be wrong, but it seems like I gotta hit a zombie like 5 times in the head at least before he's down, and then he's just stunned, and I have to keep swinging randomly while he's down on the ground stunned until I see the icon to loot it, or to search for loot on him. And then like at nighttime, there's like this weird fire zombie who's almost looks like just a Ghost Rider type zombie. And he runs really fast, and there's other zombies that run really fast when they're normally just walking slow, during the day. So I didn't realize that was going to be a thing. I've seen videos of people playing this game, and this seems like it'd be a fun game if I was with friends who were more creative than me, who could just tell me what to do.
See, this game is $30 right now.
That's why I'm glad they gave me a code when I asked. But I'm going back to it here and there. I don't know. I gotta look. I don't know. I don't know if I want to maybe try to see if there's a LFG for this somewhere online. There probably is, but I don't know if I'm exactly brave enough to try to do that. But it's interesting. there's it. Like I said, it's like Minecraft, but it's tougher. It's more mature. The crafting is easier because you don't. I mean, it seems easier. All you have to do is just if you have the items, you just go to it and just press down on the D-pad. Bam. You don't have to put them in anything. You don't have to do any order. Nothing. Just
there's no recipe like, oh, you put 2 sticks here and a can of soup here and you get a mallet.
no, I haven't. No, it's I have two two small stones, two pieces of wood, and something, and it makes a stone axe. I just click the stone axe and I click down on the D-pad, and it'll go. And there's like 4 spots. You can make 4 things at once, I think.
Okay.
Like you can have 4 things crafting at once, I guess. And you can keep clicking it and fill up all 4 spots, I guess, or whatever. But um, yeah, and then you got a stone axe, and you can, break shit or try to kill stuff. I killed a pig earlier today, and got meat and guts and bones and fat, animal fat that you can use for stuff, I guess.
Okay.
It like there is like biofuel. You can make biofuel with 2 animal fat. I had 2 animal fat. I don't know why it wouldn't let me make it, but it wouldn't let me make it.
Because you probably had nothing to put the biofuel in.
I had I had empty bottles and stuff like that. I don't know, but it didn't say anything else. It just said 2 animal fat. That's all it said. When you have to cook like the food, you gotta make a campsite, whatever. Place it down, start it up, and then you have to put uh, fuel like wood and stuff in there to um, make it keep it going. And it tells you how long. Like if you put like a stack of wood in it, it'll be like, oh, 4 minutes or 5 minutes, and the more wood you put in, the more time it says you have that it's gonna last. So that's kind of cool. It's time based and not like, you know. Well, is Minecraft the fuel system isn't time based, right? It's just like item based. Like it takes this much to do this item.
No, it's for this. However long it takes this item to cook, this item burns this long. So yes,
Okay, so it is time based, but
it is time based.
Okay, but like the difference with this is you can see the timer
Okay.
for the fuel, so you know how long it's going to take, or you know how long you have.
Okay.
And it's like 4 seconds to make, or it's like 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Like there, it's. I haven't come across anything that I've made or cooked or anything that took a long time. It's all been really quick. I put a lot of wood in there just in case it was going to take a while, and I had like 7 minutes worth of wood in there, and it's all right. There's some of the achievements I'm kind of like, I don't ever want to have that achievement. Let me, for example, come on, load up. Where is it? 7 days to die. There's achievements for like, oh, kill this many zombies, die 5 times, kill 10 zombies, die 25 times, kill 100 zombies, die 100 times, kill 500 zombies, die 500 times, craft 50 items, 500, 1500, 5000, kill 2500 zombies, travel 10 kilometers, stuff like that. I guess, is that it? All the death ones? It's 500 times. That's, I guess, you have to die 500 times to get that achievement. I have 1% of that.
That kind of reminds me in that MMO that I was talking about, Riders of Icarus. You can earn a title to be like, Invincible William. You have to die 100 times. No, I find that funny that it's to get the title Invincible, you have to die. I was like, I like the irony there.
Yeah. Dang it, there's an Eevee. It says there's an Eevee nearby.
Oh.
I want that Eevee.
I want an Eevee.
I always want an Eevee.
I want an Eevee in real life.
I know. Eevee would be awesome in real life. Eevee's like the ultimate identity crisis, right?
Yep, I've heard that one too.
Okay, I was hoping it wasn't just me just making shit up. I thought I heard that somewhere.
There's a Pidgey right there.
But let's see, what else have I been up to? Oh, okay. And played some Halo firefight during the game night. It's all right.
I'm upset that I missed that because I wanted to play it.
It's all right. It's Halo. I mean, I'll play Halo with other people, but I'm not. I don't play Halo solo or by myself. Or,
right.
I'm just not. That's just not my cup of tea. What is my cup of tea? It's the Division, and I like this new Underground expansion. I've talked a little bit about this. Man, I'm slowly leveling my Underground rank up. I'm at like 18 now. I think I'm almost at 19. Every 5 ranks you rank up, you gain something. Like, the first one was you get a modifier to, that takes away your mini map, and that gives you more XP and I guess better rewards or something like that. And then the second modifier is, what was it? Is it the? I can't remember which is which, but there's one for if you use one skill, both of your skills are on cooldown. Then there's one where your ammo is like halved. Like you get less. You start out with less ammo, and if you refill your clip prematurely before it runs out, it's just like if you shoot one bullet and then decide to refill your clip, it's just like, okay, I'm emptying my whole clip out, and then I'm refilling it up with my reserve ammo. So it's like
it's like real life reloading. You better get like 4 times XP for something like that, though.
Well, it's not like real life reloading, because, well, I mean, if you have extra clips, yeah, I guess, but yeah, it's a pain. So like pretty much anything you have in your clip when you reload,
it's gone.
It's gone, and that's a hard habit. Like I'm always normally reloading so I have a full clip just in case I need every last bullet.
Right.
Yes. Walking around this corner, and
especially in a game like this where it's enemy sponges, where the enemies are just body sponges. So like typically in the games that allow you to like when you reload, you basically just drop the whole clip and not just what you used. the enemies are quick to die. So there's not that much of an issue. But I can see in the Division that being kind of a bitch.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, especially when you have like half a clip, you finish this area worth this area of enemies, and you have like half a clip left, and then you have to, you're like, I have half left. So that means if I walk into a new area with enemies, I'm only going to be able to use half, and then I'm going to have to reload. Or I could just reload and lose that half a clip, but I would have a full clip to be able to use in this, circumstance. Like it, and like I said, I'm force of habit. I'm just shoot, kill, reload,
Mm-hmm.
shoot, kill, reload. Like it's just a force of habit.
Right.
Because I hate when I hate when you're in a firefight and you get to you're shooting and you get the enemy real low, and you have to reload when there's just like if you had that extra couple bullets. If I would have reloaded, you know if I would have reloaded after I killed the first guy, I would have had plenty to kill the second guy with. That kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
um I want to talk about some of the armor in this, some of the set gear. Um, I'm currently rocking one of the ones currently rocking is the Firecrest set. Its set bonuses are if you have two Firecrest pieces, you gain 3 incendiary bullets in capacity. So you basically double the amount you can hold. I think I've talked about this before. The if you have 3 of that set of gear, you gain 100% reload speed.
Okay.
Then the fourth, or the if you have 4 of one set, you get an ability. You get a kind of ability perk, whatever, where if you kill a burning target, it grants incendiary bullets for 10 seconds. So if you're using incendiary bullets, or if someone else is using incendiary bullets, and you kill the enemy, it can kind of help keep that chain going, where you have, incendiary bullets, which are really useful. Like I
Now,
really like using the incendiary bullets because I like seeing the enemies just freak out, and especially if it's like a big heavy and you're like, oh my god, and you shoot him with fire, and he just stands there trying to pat the fire out, and then you can just wail on him. Everyone can just team shoot him.
now, when you use the incendiary bullets you got as a bonus, and you kill the enemy and he is on fire, does that then reload? So it's just a chain of just unlimited or unending incendiary bullets, possibly.
It's time based. If you kill a burning target, it doesn't even have to be with incendiary bullets. If someone else catches him on fire and you're not even using incendiary bullets, and you
Right.
kill the person, you gain 10 seconds of incendiary bullets. So if you if you kill another person who's on fire within that 10 seconds, then yes.
Okay.
It's not like the clip, it's not like Left 4 Dead, where you get incendiary ammo and it's that clip.
Okay.
It's time based. So that's pretty cool. That's a play style that I like. I like using the incendiary bullets a lot more than like the explosive bullets or stuff like that, and being able to not only double the capacity, but also being able to reload so that I can reload faster, so that I can kill more people on fire and keep that so like it all works together. All of these 3 perks kind of work together for that kind of play style. And there's no reason to have like 5 of one set or 6 of one set. Once you get 4 of one set, there's no extra additional perks. So you can have 4 of one set and then 2 of another set.
Okay.
Or, if you don't like this, if you don't like the 4 of one set perk bonus, whatever, you can have 3 of one and 3 of another. You can mix and match as you please. What one of my friends has, he runs the Reclaimer set, which the two set bonus is 100% support station healing speed. That can come in handy. The 3 set bonus is plus 50% consumable duration. That comes in handy. And then the 4th is consumables and special ammo consumables and special ammo use applies to the whole group and no longer consumes inventory. So he'll be like, okay, I'm using incendiary bullets. Everyone drink water, so we can drink the water, so we get more damage to elites. Plus, we get the incendiary bullets from him. Or, I'm using explosive bullets, and he uses incendiary bullets, and we have explosive bullets that set people on fire. Like, it actually works like that.
Okay.
So, I mean, some of these gear sets are really cool. What's the other one? There's a couple more. I'm trying to find it on here, but it's really interesting. It makes you go after a different play style that you normally would, I guess. I mean, that being able to use incendiary bullets and give everyone incendiary ammo, and I guess it doesn't take away from your inventory. I think that's what it said. Yeah, it no longer consumes inventory. That's pretty awesome, and that's a way to kind of be a support character without really having to do much. You don't really have to sacrifice much,
Right.
but you can still be still be support. Especially with the healing station. It basically doubles the healing speed, and not only does it give everyone the consumable, but it increases the duration by 50%. So where's the others? I can't find the others on this site. If anyone's interested, I'm looking at divisionfieldguide.com. They kind of have like an armory on there. Like, you can check out all kinds of different stuff, like armor sets and blueprints and all the different weapon skins and stuff like that, if you're curious. I like these fan sites that create like databases to kind of help enrich in the experience, kind of help you kind of make up for the lack of the developers in a way.
Well, I mean, sometimes the fan sites are better and have more information than something the developer would do.
Oh, like 9 out of 10 times, yeah, the fan sites. At least the last few games that I've looked at fan sites for, it seems like the fan sites are way better than what the developers have to do. Even tools, fan sites that have tools, like you talk about Destiny. They have a Destiny item manager where you can drag and drop stuff on the PC and it'll move stuff over from your characters. Just stuff like that, for example. Like, it's some cool stuff. Okay, here we go. Alpha Bridge. This is another. I think this was added to. I think this was added with the new stuff. Where's the +2 med kit capacity, 100% health regen, and if your primary and secondary weapon is of the same category, they both gain all the unique active talents. That's kind of cool. What's the other one? There was it starts with the D. I'm trying to look for it. Oh, past the D's. Deadeye. Okay, there's the Deadeye gear, which that's Def Prime rocks that. Plus 20% marksman rifle critical hit damage. That's a mouthful. Plus 40% initial bullet stability, and then the 4 talent is while not scoped, critical hit chance on marksman rifle is increased to 100%, but headshot damage bonus is removed. So you can hip fire with the sniper rifle and get 100% increase to critical hit chance.
Okay.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I've had sniper rifles that were like semi-auto, where like their enemy are right in front of me, and I'm kind of using it like it's a shotgun almost. Because you're up close. If you can hip fire pretty good with it, and it's a semi-auto, so you can keep shooting. You keep shooting as fast as you can pull the trigger. Like it's just interesting, all the different the armor sets and stuff. And there's a bunch of armor sets from when they released the second incursions that I don't even think I got all the stuff for. I didn't really do too much of I did the stuff when they released the first incursions, that first free update, but that second free update I didn't really play too much between then and now. So I think I only ever did that I did that one incursions twice, I think, that second one. So I didn't really get any gear from there, but it's pretty interesting. The gear is it's different. It definitely adds different play styles and different ways to go in and help out. Help your team out, different strategies. So it changes up the game too. It makes it kind of fresh,
Mm-hmm.
And I really got to say, the underground levels that are procedurally generated, I know they're pretty much the same assets used over and over again, but just shuffled in different ways.
Sure.
But I know that. I'm going through it and I'm seeing like, okay, that looks just like that. But while I'm playing it, it just doesn't feel, it doesn't feel that way. I know it's that way. Exactly.
Warframe. That's the thing that Warframe does, that and we don't complain about that.
It's just like that. Like, I know it's happening. I'm aware of it happening at that moment, but it's just not affecting me like you think it would, which is kind of weird because what was it? That's like one of the big complaints IGN had about the game, about it. Where's that? It was posted in our group chat. I don't know if you saw it earlier.
No, I didn't.
Here we go. Yeah. I think Ant Dog was the one who posted it. They gave the Underground a 5.8, mediocre. Pros: combat focused, streamlined experience. Cons: lacks variety, needless grind, matchmaking woes. I mean, the grind isn't that needless because we've had Ace jump in, or we've had Nox or Blue or who, we've had people jump in and we've run through a couple missions, and then we've been like, oh, here, take this piece of gear because I'm set. Oh, take this piece of gear as well, and we've bumped them up like so much in just a couple missions because we're able to share gear that we get, that it's like, I don't need it, but you need it because you're a lower level, so here. So the grind is not really there as much. So I don't know about that. The variety, I like I said, I know it kind of lacks variety, but it doesn't feel like it. Just like Warframe, like we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The matchmaking, yeah, I've tried matchmaking, and it's just a nightmare. Just because matchmaking in general, when you have to do something, matchmaking in a co-op situation is 9 times out of 10 unpleasant.
Right.
You know, I have no problem matchmaking in Overwatch when it's competitive. It's a competitive multiplayer, but when it's something like 4-player co-op where you're working against the AI, that's pretty tough. Like, yeah, it's not a good experience. So I even said in our chat, I said GameSpot gave it a 7 out of 10. And I think that's about right. It's nothing spectacular, but it's not bad. It's okay. It's good. It's enough. It's enough to keep me playing the game. And I think that's pretty good when the content is adequate enough to keep you playing the game. And it's not Destiny, so thank goodness for that. Bungie Day was yesterday, and they released the Moments of Triumph Year 2 stuff. Where if you don't remember what Moments of Triumph was, it was a list of tasks you had to do so you could get the special emblem.
Weren't they selling like a $700,000 shirt?
If you didn't have the emblem, if you didn't have the Moments of Triumph, I think it was, or something stupid like that. Yeah, but yeah, I logged in because I knew I had I logged in last night right before bed. There's a little book you get that has all the tasks you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
I completed them all. All I had to do was click on each task and it would complete them. I got the 2 shaders and 2 emblems from it. Went to the post office. I got my sterling treasure boxes that have been stacking up in the post office for the last month. Opened them all. Got shit gear. Like, I haven't gotten a single piece of Taken armor. like I said, I haven't played in a month, but I opened 4 of those sterling treasure boxes, which you can get variety of armor, including the Taken armor, which if you have a complete Taken armor set, you get the Taken Twitch emote. That emote where you twitch kind of like the Taken do.
Okay.
Which is the only reason why I want the Taken armors. I want to be able to have that emote just because it's, an emote. Why not? I plan on going back maybe when the new stuff comes out, but I opened all those boxes and I got the same stuff that I got every other time I got a sterling treasure box. Spectar armor. And it's like, great, I got another Spectar glove, which I have 3 of those in my inventory already. And another helmet, which I have a bunch. It's like, yeah, so immediately I opened it, got my 2 shaders, 2 emblems, equipped them, looked at them, opened the sterling treasure boxes, got crap, and was like, this is why I don't play the game. Because RNG bullshit. And I'm done.
And some of us are just unlucky in RNG. I'm one of them. I can never. I always fall like, oh, you should win. 20% of the time. I win 5.
See, the Destiny's RNG is set to where you have to grind. you have to spend a lot of time because the RNG system is so bad. Like, playing the Division, I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that because, it's like, okay, I did this mission. Oh, there's a green set gear item. Okay, oh, it's not the one I wanted. Oh well, I can trash it or, give it to somebody and then, but the next time something happens, it'll probably be something I need though. It happens. I end up getting stuff frequently that I need every, and it happens enough time to where I'm not upset, which is all that you can really ask for, I guess.
Right, yeah.
So, I guess we can get into news because I've been just gabbing and gabbing and gabbing and.
Yeah, well, it's not really much to news this week, as if you've listened to any other podcast this week, you'll know. Let's see, what do I have for news? Seems like Microsoft, moving forward, will have all of their first-party games be on both Xbox and PC.
Play Anywhere.
Right. This is their Play Anywhere thing. So, like, my first thought was Halo 6. The last Halo game that was on PC was Halo 2. Unless you live in Russia. So, I think that's kind of cool. I mean,
definitely.
If they're going to, actually end up using this Play Anywhere shit, which, will kind of start launching in September, because that's when, like, Recore and every other game we saw at E3 comes out.
I've got breaking news, Stuart.
Oh, yeah?
Pokemon Go player finds body while searching for Pokemon.
I saw that! I did see that. It was in Wyoming. I forgot to put it in the show notes. I totally saw that. Yeah, it was some chick, and she said that she woke up and wanted to catch a water Pokemon, so she was going to go to this river. So she climbed a fence, and then she saw like this human-shaped thing floating down the river. So yeah. Pokemon Go helped find a body. And according to Lisa, it had been there for 24 hours.
This quote does not sound natural. She says she was trying to get a Pokemon from a natural water resource. That does not sound like a natural quote.
Well, the article that I read kept calling them Pokemons. So...
At least it wasn't Pokemon. Did your parents ever do that? Ever called Pokemon?
I don't even think they tried to attempt to name them.
Yeah, I think my dad always called it Pokemon for the longest time. I don't know, but it always drove me nuts. It's like, no, Dad, it's Pokemon. God, no. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, it was bound to happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be more reports of stuff like this because it's encouraging people to go out and travel, and it's somehow I mean, this game is not only making money from microtransactions, but it's helping Google with data.
Yeah, the article I read is actually from the source that you got. So, and then that one they kept calling them Pokemons. But yeah, I did see that. I totally forgot about it.
This Abra's on the toilet.
Yes, that's the one that was on the toilet. Was the Abra?
I'm so mad because yesterday it said nearby Abra, and I'm like, where? I want an Abra. I
It'll
love Abra.
teleport. Gotta catch it now.
It's
As
like
soon
the
as
best. It's like one. That's like my favorite psychic Pokemon. Is Abra, Kadabra, and Alakazam. Not just
yeah,
because of the name, but
right, yeah. And
it's a
then
cool Pokemon.
it's always ready to eat ice cream at a moment's notice.
Yep.
Moving on. Um, we know that the competitive mode for Overwatch came out recently. Well, another game has decided we're going to do a competitive mode too. At Team Fortress. I find this odd because Overwatch, a game that is closely compared to Team Fortress 2 all the time, is now trying to follow Overwatch in having a competitive mode. See, some of their other updates recently, kind of the stuff they've been doing, I kind of like what they do sometimes. But the fact that let's see, you gotta, where is it? Yeah, you either have to have a phone tied to your Steam account, and have purchased an item to gain premium account status, or you have to pay $10.99 for the access pass. That's what their past 3 or 4 updates have been. If you want this update and you want to have access to it, $10. And I the first one I think I did go for, because I did think it was kind of cool what they were doing with it. In that one they were you had a contract that you had to do, get 20 headshots using the sniper, and then you get a special gun or a special skin for a gun. And it was kind of cool. It got people to play other classes that they didn't normally play. Like me, I only ever played soldier and sometimes a sniper.
I understand that. It's like I was saying with the Overwatch achievements. It's getting me to play the different characters,
Yes,
that I would never normally play.
yes,
So I do get that. It's good that happens because you see games with characters or classes that you never normally would play. You may really enjoy. You never know until you try. So I do like that fact.
yeah. But now Team Fortress 2 is following in Overwatch's footsteps and having a competitive mode.
Have you tried any of the Overwatch competitive?
I'm not level 25.
Oh, you have to be 25? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like 37? Something like that. But I'm like halfway through my ranking matches.
Okay.
Those matches can be long. Like they can go to 4 or 5 rounds. I don't know
Really?
how, but yeah, per match. Per actual there's
Wow.
I don't know how many ranking matches you need. I think
Heck, I've not done any kind of ranking for placement or placement matches since StarCraft 2 was hot. So I've not had to do that kind of thing in a while.
I'm trying to find. There's a little image that shows you oh yeah, here we go. I've never. Oh no. View image. Here you go. Here's an example where it's 4 and 4. I don't think I've ever gotten to that. I think I've gotten to 2-2, and then it was like the fifth match decided. For that actual, because there's like it's like a little it's a line, and there's little, it's kind of like a timeline where there's the line, and there's little circles where you have to, like, this is your first match, this is your second match, this is your your placement matches.
Yeah.
I think I'm halfway done, and I've done like 4 of them. So there's here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's about 10. Yeah. 5, 6, 8, 9, yeah, 10 of them. Here's the image for that, so you can just see for your own. But yeah, it could take a while to get just one of those placement matches done. Like I said, it's come to, like, 5 actual, back and forth on the map, where we've had to, and those maps aren't made to do, like, or until now you've never done like back and forth, but like multiple times on
Right. Yeah.
those maps, to where you repeat, oh, I was just doing this part, I was coming out of this area earlier. Like, for instance, like Temple of Anubis, having to go back and forth on that, where you're defending and attacking, and then you're back defending, and then you're back attacking.
Yeah. Usually it's a kind of one and done thing.
Yeah, you defend and then you attack.
Yeah.
And bam, your next map. But no, it's taken a while. It is. I'm seeing a lot of people quit.
Really?
I've seen a bunch of people quit, and then when I think I've gotten the notification when someone on my team quits, it says you can quit without penalties because someone else left on your team.
Right. Yes. Because
So that's kind of cool. I saw that.
It's kind of in your best interest to quit, because you don't get, like, it hurt. Since that player left, you're now hurt. Like, your chances of, like, winning or do whatever are now it'd be harder for you to win. So it's almost in your best interest to quit when that shows up.
Yeah. I had that notification happen at once again, where it was like, oh, and then, like, immediately it went away, and I was like, huh? And then someone had joined that spot, like, instantly. Like, within 2 seconds.
I'm surprised they allowed people to join in the middle of placement matches.
It was weird, yeah.
Or either in competitive period.
I stuck with the match because I didn't want to risk it, because apparently there's, like, there's penalties for leaving.
Yeah.
You get, like, significantly less XP and stuff like that. If you quit early and stuff, and I don't even want to know what else. But yeah, I'm trying slowly. I'm halfway through my placement matches.
Yeah, I need to get to 25 so I can do mine.
Like, I'm enjoying Overwatch, and it's and I just wanted to let y'all know that just because I'm only halfway doesn't mean I'm not playing it, because, like I said, those matches can last a while. Because I guess it goes on cycles. Like, if you win, and then you win the attack, and then you lose the defend, it'll reset to another chance for another cycle of attack and defend. So therefore you can tie for that, and then it resets to it's not just attack, defend, and then the next one decides it.
Yeah.
I think it's like like I said, it's attack, defend, and then you have to play through a whole new set of attack and defend on the same map. It's interesting. I really like Overwatch.
Yeah, I need to get
great.
back. I need to get back to it. There's a lot of things I need. There's so many things I need to play right now.
Ace just picked it up recently,
Oh, awesome!
so we need to play. We need to get on that with Ace.
Yeah,
Um, because yeah, he's been playing it here and there, and I want to play more of it, and yeah, so you, me, Ace, we need to maybe hit that up. Maybe we could get a few matches tonight.
maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I really do want to play Red Dead tonight.
Were you able to buy it?
I still have it. I still have the physical game. So
Oh, okay. I've not been able to.
yeah, like every time I try to buy Red Dead, I get a oops, something happened.
Yeah, I've gotten that the like the yeah, exactly, the like oops whatever, yeah, the like
Yeah, which
separate screen where it
I
says
wouldn't
it's
know
issue.
what that said unless I tried to buy it on the website. On the Xbox, it just like I can't even read it because it goes away so fast. Because
Yeah.
it pops up and then it goes boop boo and then closes the store completely.
And then the PC app, the Xbox PC app just says like play on play on
Yep,
the
can't even.
yeah, so you can't even do it on there. So.
I tried to do it there too.
So I may not be participating in the game for tonight's game night.
I did. I was going to talk to Xbox support, but apparently I couldn't be the only one having this issue, and there is a problem like in your if you go to Xbox status, there is we're having issues with purchases, so
Which really sucks, but I mean, everyone's only going to be playing it tonight, so I guess that saves me $8. What I really want is I want to play that Undead Nightmares, but that's like $20 still.
That's not one of the free ones they're giving away right now, is it?
No, they're not
Okay.
giving away the Undead Nightmares. No.
See, I already have a Dead Nightmare, and it was really fun. I remember that. I remember it was really fun.
Yeah, but it's like it's $20, and it's like I wish I could just pay the $20 and play that, but and still have the full game, but I'm not gonna pay for that plus the whatever if I know, I don't know. It's
Well, they did sell Undead Nightmare separately for the 360.
that's what I'm saying. It's $20 separately.
Okay.
So it doesn't even come with the game. It's just that you can play it standalone separately, I think, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll try to find a hard copy somewhere in town on the cheap. Maybe look at Craigslist. Maybe someone's selling it one or something, but
Yeah.
But yeah, Team Fortress 2 competitive mode.
Yeah, about that.
I was like, what was the topic again?
Yeah, it's up on my screen right now. Let's see. Another free-to-play game that is just now free-to-play. I completely forgot to put this up into the window. Is Evolve. It is now free-to-play. I think only on PC. Oops. I think... Yeah, it's only on PC, free to play. So that's kind of cool if you want to play Evolve. So I don't know. When I played the beta, like I could see like this could get boring really fast. So I never did pick this game up. Did you?
No. If you remember me, I was in like the early alpha, and I was talking to you about it privately.
Yes, I remember that now.
to where oh my god, all over the screen was, Geek William, like everywhere, like not just like one spot. It was like the watermarks all over. I'm not even kidding. It was all over the entire screen.
They wanted to know who was leaking their footage.
So yeah, I played the alpha, and then I played and I was like, man, this kind of gives me that feeling of like it, like I kind of had this fear like Titanfall, because everyone played Titanfall for like a month, 2 months maybe max, and then it just I don't know why, for some reason it just dropped off.
Gone.
And it's not like anything was really out,
Right.
because it came out in the spring, so nothing really came out in the. It just, people stopped playing it, and I was kind of like, well, it's kind of fun, but it's kind of a one-trick pony. It's just that mode pretty much,
Yeah.
just like another game, Brink, which is horrible.
You don't want to play that Brink game night a couple weeks ago?
No one wants to play Brink.
Scar
Nobody
does.
wants to. Ugh, Scar's the only one.
Scar does.
That fool has 2 copies. 2 copies of Brink. But anyways, but yeah, so by the time I got, I played through the beta, with friends and stuff like that, I was just like, well, I don't know how much more variety this is gonna have, really. I'm not picking this game up because it's gonna be like Titanfall, but probably drop off even quicker. Which
you were right.
Did.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I mean, it didn't even have the leg. It didn't even have the initial, audience of Titanfall, because at least for Titanfall, a lot of people picked it up. I don't think that many people picked up Evolve.
That first week it had a lot of legs, and then the legs fell off.
Because, I mean, I don't think anyone in our community picked up Evolve.
Not in ours, no.
I can't think of anyone. So, but you'd think of a Titanfall. Everyone had Titanfall when that came out. So I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not, even though I love these co-op type games. It's just not gonna do it. And I'm so glad I didn't, because and see, that's also a thing where if I hadn't played the beta, if they didn't have an alpha, or multiple alphas and betas where I was able to play a lot of it, I might have been more curious about it and might have picked it up. But since I got to actually be like, oh, this is the game, this is it, well, yeah, it was kind of like a stretched out demo where I was able to say this game ain't for me.
Yeah, I think this is a case where the open beta and stuff really hurt the game sales, because people saw like, oh, well, I'll wait for the game to come out to see kind of what the different game modes are. Oh, there aren't any.
God, wasn't it on sale for like $15 or on Xbox Live at one point, or something really cheap? I remember seeing it.
I don't know.
There's
an Xbox sale right now. What is?
I don't know if it was this. Maybe it was someone was selling a code for it cheap sometime. So it was like $10-15. I remember, and I remember being like, oh, this is still too much. Not even gonna. There's no. It's like, it's not the fact that it's too much. It's the fact that nobody has this game. Nobody I know has this game even. So even if I did pick it up, nobody has it. So
it is $40.
That's ridiculous.
And it's not on sale.
And this was also one where it was the ridiculous DLC too. You had to pay for the extra for the monsters. You had to pay for more monster characters to play as.
But if you have gold, it is $13.20. That's an odd price.
No one's picking this up.
Well, I can tell you some of our friends who have it. Ace has it. Knox has it. Detroit has it.
Wow. We need to talk to them about,
Fadios.
why do you have Evolve and when did you play Evolve? Because I don't remember seeing y'all play Evolve at all.
Rare Bishop. Death from Above. Yeah, they all... Or at least, they've all played it.
Yeah, well, the Death from Above, he game shares with somebody else.
Ace played it 18 days ago.
We need to get on to Ace now. We need to get on to Ace tonight about that. Like, why were you playing Evolve and who were you playing it with? Because, wow. Anyways, yeah, Evolve free to play. That's needs to be free to play on the consoles.
Yeah. I would pick it up then, play it a couple times ago. Okay.
I would too, but if by some miracle the community, like, I don't know, just latched onto it and we were playing it a lot, then I'd be like, yeah, okay, maybe I'll pay for one of the boss characters since I got the game free. It's like that. I don't know. It's the guys who made Left 4 Dead, right?
I don't know if it's the guys who made Left 4 Dead.
I think it's the team who originally made Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. And the creators of Left 4 Dead.
But see, Left 4 Dead, you were playing the same level over and over again, pretty much. But like, I don't know. For some reason, it was fun. It didn't feel boring. Playing those levels over, and I played those levels over and over and over again for hours upon hours, hundreds and hundreds of hours. I have a ridiculous amount of time in Left 4 Dead 1 and 2.
Evolve doesn't even have a modding community, so that tells you something.
On paper, Left 4 Dead should not have been as successful as it was because it really did not have much. It should, on paper, it shouldn't have that much replayability.
Yeah,
because it was only a couple levels.
It's true, but man, were they fun!
They were fun. I'm trying to look up my time on Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Plays, games, here we go. Most played. Left 4 Dead, I have 145 hours, and Left 4 Dead 2, 161. And that's just that. Who knows how many hours I had before, because that just weren't tracked on Raptor back when I used Raptor. But yeah, I played over and over again Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, and it was just like I said, it's on paper it shouldn't have been as successful as it was. But there was just something about Left 4 Dead where it was just fun to play the same thing over and over again.
See,
and I remember, talking about games, we would play that constantly. I
remember Left 4 Dead was big in tag.
Yeah, that was one of the big games where, we played over and over and over again. I
have 37 hours on Steam on Left 4 Dead 2 because I never did play it on the Xbox, and I only have 37 hours when we've played together.
Oh wow, yeah.
So we've played 37 hours of Left 4 Dead 2. We need to get back to that. We keep saying this. We need to get back to Left 4 Dead 2 mods.
There were some good mods we played through. I enjoyed some of those mods. And
there was even a mod that came out recently that's Jaden Smith's tweets in place of the wall graffiti.
Okay.
and they're hilarious.
Anyways, what else you got?
One last thing is kind of a hey, I found this really cool thing on Kickstarter. It's a game called Pray for the Gods, and that's pray with an E. And it is let's see, I want to use their words. Pray for the Gods is an ambitiously combines the gameplay of Shadow of the Colossus, Deus Ex, DayZ, and Bloodborne. It's like, okay. And it's a survival game where, like there are giant monsters in the world, and you got to kill them, and you got to figure out how to kill them. You got to find out, what their weak points are, and from seeing a couple of the bosses, they don't have glowy spots, so it's not as easy as, Shadow of determining from, like Shadow of the Colossus, but they are huge. Let's see, I do have some gifs of the game. It looks pretty nice. Like, there's a dynamic weather system, and if you stay outside in the cold too long, you'll kind of catch, you'll kind of be hurt from exposure and that kind of a thing. Here, I'll even do this. I can play the trailer while I talk. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to this. I did back it. One of their goal is to get 300,000. And what are they at right now? They're at 137,000. So they're somewhat there, and they only kind of launched this like 2 days ago. So there's still like 28 days left. I think this game could be good. One of their stretch goals is to have this game come to console. So, but like you can find gear by like finding what they're calling like fallen soldiers and stuff throughout the world. Yeah, I think it looks really cool. Just look up Pray for the Gods. It's Pray with an E. And check it out. Maybe back it, because I think this game would be cool.
Alrighty.
And this is being made by 3 guys, by the way.
I have some news topics. I didn't have any when we started the show, but I have some now. I found one that I meant to put in, but I forgot until I saw it again. What was it? AMD they made some big news about that $200 graphics card, VR ready.
That
was what, that's a few weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
Well, Nvidia has come out and said, "Bam, here you go. Here's our graphics card that's VR ready, and it's not $200, it's $250, but it's Nvidia, so it's better."
I did.
So you're paying for that, but it's the GTX 1060, and it will be as powerful as a 980, and only consumes 120 watts of power.
Yeah, I did see this was announced.
This is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Like, and this came out, I don't know, like this seemed to come out of nowhere, because they announced their 1080 and 1070, and then you know, I don't. I don't know if AMD released their thing. Their what was it RX 480 or 490 or I don't know what the AMD stuff is weird. I don't understand their jargon, but yet I understand
Well,
Nvidia's perfectly.
that's because we follow AMD. If we follow or we followed Nvidia, if we followed AMD, we would understand. We could look. Like, oh, I know the name of that card.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. The 980s are like what, three something 400.
They're gonna be. They're not right now.
No, the 980s, like,
Oh, the 980s. Yeah.
yeah. So if you can get something like this, if you're looking for to build a gaming PC, but you don't really necessarily, you know you don't need 4K graphics, because you're only going to have a monitor that displays 1080, but you want stuff to run well. This is going to be the perfect graphics card for those kind of people. It's it's affordable. It's going to give you that raw. It's going to give you enough. It's going to give you all the P's. It's going to give you full 1080p with the Fs, the frames.
Right.
But it's not gonna consume as much power too. That's the cool thing right there.
Yeah.
I wonder how much my graphics card consumes. I need to look that up. But
I know mine doesn't consume a whole lot. So, and yours would be about the same.
as we're both probably typing,
As
maybe.
we're both looking up the specs of our cards.
But anyways, yeah, that's pretty cool. 1060 kind of came out of nowhere. Um, I really didn't. I really didn't expect them to. I expected Nvidia to be like, okay, AMD, you can have the budget graphics cards, but we're the premium ones. We're the ones that have have the top of the line, the main power, we're the expensive ones, but you get what you pay for type of
Right. Yes.
situation. But no, they were just like, no, we want to be competitive. We want to sell the budget graphic cards as well. And I mean, it's $50 more than whatever AMD's is, but in Nvidia, you get a lot of software support with Nvidia. There's a lot of, a lot more games I think are more optimized and better supported for Nvidia than AMD.
Speaking of like Nvidia, like this, I don't know if the 1070 can do this, but the 1080, the Founders Edition one, it can you can do the pause games and like rewind and do like replays like in the card itself. So like, how the fuck does that work?
Oh, like with the GeForce experience, or
Yeah, I don't know. Like I forget what it's called too.
because
Like it's not like the shadow play stuff. Like, oh, record um the last 10 minutes, but like it's like theater mode. Like actually pull out and like change the camera of that recording.
that's interesting. I didn't know about that. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I don't see a lot of people talking about it.
I'll have to look that up. And
I could just be having a stroke over here and be making all this up. I don't know, because like I said, I can't. Nobody's talking about it, so I don't know.
Alrighty, but yeah, like I said, that's going to be a good upgrade, I guess. Good card to upgrade to. It'll be VR. It's VR ready, um, for people who, I guess want to upgrade to a new graphics card. But, you know, like I think the 1080, I I I would not get a 1080 if I didn't have a better resolution monitor
Yeah.
than I do now. Because right now I love my monitors. They're great. They're great 1080 1080p Asus monitors with like 1 ms refresh, or like something 1 ms I think refresh rate. They're high quality monitors. I love them. They do terrific stuff. But it's just like that Scorpio. We were talking about the Scorpio. It's great, but you're not going to get all the benefits if you don't have the display.
Yeah.
So, it's just going to be a thing where, I'm not going to pick it up, not going to pick anything close to that up till I have, the display for it.
I'm going to pick up the 1070 once it comes down to the actual price and not the founder's price.
Yeah, once the third parties have their own version.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Then I'm going to get the 1070.
Yeah. So my last topic has to do with EA Access. There's going to be some more games coming soon. Let's see. What is it? Is this a week away? No. By next Tuesday, the 12th, they will add Need for Speed, the 2015 reboot. So the reboot from last year, and then Unravel.
Cool.
Which I never picked up Unravel. I was excited about it. I played the trial from EA Access, but for whatever reason I didn't pick it up. Something just came up, stuff just happened, and I just never actually picked it up. But I'll definitely be playing through this as soon as on Tuesday. When this is added to EA Access, I will pick this up and I will probably start playing it because I enjoyed the trial. And the trial was like the first level or the first two levels. It wasn't like time trial like
right.
Some are, because you could beat it in 10 hours, which is what most of the trials are. They also have announced that on August 30th they'll be adding Garden Warfare 2.
Okay, I did play the Garden Warfare, like the you got a trial for that, and I did play a little bit of that then, but I never really I didn't play with you any time, so I never really played it.
See, that's going to be a thing where enough of our community has EA Access. I think Blue's the only one who doesn't have it. He, for whatever reason, refuses to get. No, Nox always gets on him. Like Blue, it's on sale for $30 for a whole, or I don't know. It's on sale for this much. It's not 30. It's normally $30, but it's on sale for like $20. Get it. Like, he's put in the chat numerous times. Nox has, I'm surprised Nox just hasn't straight out just bought it for Blue, with all the with all the struggles he's had. But but a lot of people have EA Access, and I think Garden Warfare 2. I think a lot of this is gonna be a game night for sure. I
Probably.
think this will be a fun game for or for us to play through, because it's one of the it's a shooter, but it disguises itself real nice, and it's really fun. I went back to it. I went back to it like a week or so ago to check out some of the new stuff they added and whatnot, and there's a lot to the game. There really is, and they add all the DLC they've added for the first one. and for this, they've never charged for DLC. They've always had free DLC. They've had that, that Halo model before Halo did it. Everyone, praises Halo for, oh, they have those microtransactions, but all the DLC is free. Well, that's what the first Garden Warfare had, and they didn't even have microtransactions when they launched. They
Right.
they added it like 6 months later, I think. I mean, they had it set in place. They had the packs you earn and stuff, but they
Mm-hmm.
didn't have where you could buy the packs till like it was at least 4 months in the game, which was kind of shocking. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. It also says it was it it with Garden Warfare, it'll bring the number to 24 games available through the service. So that's a lot of games.
Yeah.
They also announced that through EA Access you'll get 5-day early access to Madden 17, NHL 17, FIFA 17 prior to their release in August and September, and an 8-day advanced preview of Battlefield 1.
I'll check that out, along with FIFA.
Yeah, I'll definitely check out the Battlefield. I really don't plan on picking up Battlefield 1, but
At first I did, and then I saw it at like the whole tournament thing they did after EA's thing, and I was like, maybe not.
I mean,
Like I think the whole oh, this train could crash and that dramatically changes the battlefield and it's different every time, or this zeppelin can come down and destroy buildings. I was like, that's kind of cool, but
it's kind of cool, but
I mean,
what is it?
they added dynamic weather last time, and that was all right. But I was like,
Because it looks amazing. So yeah, it may be it's just even if I play the preview and find it fun, it's just gonna be one of those things where it's like, well, if I pay for it now, I'm just gonna stop playing it shortly after because Titanfall. Because I plan on picking up Titanfall because
oh, I do too.
I know you are going to pick it up. I'm going to pick it up. Ace is going to pick it up. Nox is going to pick it up. Blue, I don't know. He might not. Scar will. Blue's the only one I don't know about. He's funny when it comes to shooters like that. He might not. You just don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's going to be enough people, playing that Titanfall, and I'm excited, especially with that campaign for Titanfall.
Yeah,
That's gonna
an
be
actual
cool.
campaign with
Yeah.
Optimus Prime.
With Optimus Prime, yeah. So it's just gonna be one of those things where it's like Battlefield 1. I can play World War 1, or I can play futuristic mechs, parkour, crazy grappling hook, fighting action game.
Choices, choices, choices.
Exactly. So. And man, I still don't know about that Call of Duty. That Call of Duty looked really good.
You know what? I didn't tell you. I picked up Call of Duty 3.
You mean Black Ops 3?
Black Ops 3, yeah.
Oh, really?
I did pick up Black Ops 3.
Oh, that's
Because
cool.
it was my sister's birthday, and she wanted that. So I'm like, well, I could just buy it for her, or I could buy it for myself, and since I game share with her, we'll both get it.
Nice. That's the way you do it.
Yeah. So she said, so you bought a game for yourself that I can play? I said, pretty much.
Yeah, that works out pretty good for you. Yeah, but that's yeah. EA Access. I picked up EA Access. I think a couple months ago. It hasn't been that long. I think I picked it up right before Unravel came out, which I'm kind of shocked. Unravel is is already going to be in the vault.
That is kind of a quick turnaround.
Yeah. But then again, it's one of the, it's, I don't know, maybe they thought enough people were going to pick it up, enough people picked it up who were going to pick it up, and this just adds that bullet point
Mm-hmm.
to paying that subscription.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to playing through it again because I really enjoyed the trial that I played through of it. I really did, but for whatever reason, stuff was happening. So I had like what pack I had like I had just come back from PAX South, and I was getting ready for PAX East and stuff like that, and I had a lot going on. So I don't know. I'm blaming that stuff, but that's all I got. So
Okay.
I guess be sure to check out our website, thegeeksftw.com. For the show notes where we have links to all the topics we talk about each episode. We got we've got a new writer on the site.
We do.
Um, he has a spoilery article about Gone Home.
Yes.
I haven't played it yet, so I haven't read it yet.
You should play Gone Home.
That's why I haven't read it yet.
I told you this when that game came out. You should play Gone Home.
Yeah, yeah, I should. And according to Knox, I should play Inside because
Nah.
it's the best experience he's ever had on Xbox One. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe. And $20. No, I'll wait for a sale because it's like 3 hours long.
Gone Home. It took me about two hours.
Yeah, they may be good, but I just can't justify paying $20 for 2 or 3 hours. I don't know how much Gone Home is. Maybe it's cheaper, but as far as Inside goes, I just can't justify $20 for 3 hours. Because I know I probably won't. I'm not the type to play through games multiple times. Games like that, anyways.
Yeah, so. Gone Home on Steam is $20.
Yeah, so
but I'll wait. I'll say it was a very like I think it's worth it. Even though in 2 hours, I think that $20 was worth it.
Yeah, it may very well be, but I just can't justify it. I mean,
enjoyment that justifies it. The enjoyment you get out of it, and the smile that it gives you after the end.
Yeah, but if it gets to a point where okay, $20 for Inside, okay, $20 for Gone Home, okay, $20 for the next artsy fartsy game that's only a couple hours. Like it leads to a vicious cycle. You got to draw the line, because
welcome to gaming, my friend.
I'm broke. I scrounged up enough money for that Red Dead game, and it can't even buy it.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I saw that. I saw the physical.
Yeah. But yeah, check out his article. He's gonna have more stuff. And him writing is gonna it's gonna kick my butt into actually writing more.
And William was gonna kick my butt into writing more. So.
Yeah, I've got I need to do some stuff. I got plans. I just rearranged my whole everything, computer, Xbox, all that set up so it's more efficient. I did after seeing your cables like a week or so ago.
A rat's nest is too nice of a word for that.
after seeing that, I was like, oh, good lord, mine's not that bad, but it's bad. I need to fix this.
Yeah,
So I
I've
spent the
got a bad
last day and a
habit
half.
of I just unplug a cable and drop it. And when you have a lot of like peripheral stuff, it tends to pile
Man, you don't realize how many cables you have till,
until you see them.
yeah, or until you're trying to sort them out. You're like, what the hell is this cable for? I don't remember this cable. This cable's plugged into a. I had so many cables plugged into a second surge protector that weren't really that they weren't plugged into anything. I wasn't using them, and I'm like, I don't even need the second surge protector anymore because none of this stuff is being used. It's just drawing power and producing heat. Like, it's astonishing. But yeah. So check out our website. Also our Twitter. I am at Geeky William, and Stuart is at Casual Terror. And of course, all the links to our stuff can be found on the website. So just go to TheGeeksFTW.com. And also remember YouTube. You could be watching the video portion of you could be watching the video version of this podcast on YouTube, and you could be getting all the visual aids, all the visual supplements that Stuart provides.
Like this.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
Okay, this is one of the most random things Stuart could have put up on
It is some hipster-looking, shirtless, very hairy man on a longboard dancing.
Is he wearing suspenders, shirtless?
Yes. Yes, he is. Like I said, he's a hipster.
I don't know why you had that GIF at the ready. That's
because
a little frightening.
I was going to put it in at the end.
Okay.
I was going to put this at the end anyway, so.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, that's it for 264, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.